close. I can smell their sweat.
Good enough for me.
The elite Rainbow Six team are back in Sin City, and no, this time they've not gone there to gamble their wages and taken a show or two.
Plenty of choices here. You can take the stairs or rappel down to the big windows below you.
The last one did a great job of taking the series into a new hardware generation. But we're not entirely sure why it's been brought back to America's wildest adult playground for this sequel. Could it be that Ubisoft's Montreal development outfit had lots of bits of Vegas lying around, already mapped out and modeled? The cynic in us senses a bit of laziness here, not least because this one seems to have used the same engine as the previous game. But let's not be too hasty. Maybe there's a genuine narrative reason for this return visit. You might remember that the last time we saw the Rainbow, Logan Keller wasn't backed by his usual team. That's because Young and Michael were helping out another commanding officer. This time, players assumed the role of Bishop, the other CEO. While Keller's keeping himself busy in Central America, Bishop squatted north of the border, uncovering the events that led up to the previous game. Confused? You needn't be, because despite Tom Clancy's continued endorsement, the plot here will always take a backseat to the action-packed squad-based shooting. We don't really need to know why. We just need to know who to shoot and where to find them. Suffice to say, there are a group of Mexican terrorists in town. They've got bombs and some nasty chemicals, and they're not afraid to use them. Time for some action. In gameplay terms, this is all very similar to the previous title. Not a bad thing, really, as it was tighter than tight in that department. You can still take cover in the same way as before. Hugging the wall switches the camera to a third-person viewpoint, allowing a better look at the grief you're facing. From here, you can pop out to shoot. Or stay relatively safe behind cover and blind fire in the general direction of the enemy. This approach can work very well, especially when they're not too far away. Bear in mind, though, that not all cover is as solid as it looks. While this can be dangerous for you, it also means that when enemies choose to hide behind something thin, you can just shoot them straight through it. The sprint button is new and provides your man, or indeed woman, with a short burst of speed when they need to get to or away from somewhere fast. Think of the running in Call of Duty, and you've got the idea.
That was close.
Obviously, team commands still play a massive part. Your squad can't be sent to the desired position with a single button press. You can also set whether they only return fire when attacked, or go in with full-on weapons-free mode.
Turn fire only. You are weapons free.
Clearing out rooms is a common task for the Rainbows, and the familiar squad options remain here, with their smoke and flash grenade variants. It's often best to stack your team up on one door, while you move in from an alternate entry point. The snake cam also returns, so you can peek under a door to see who's waiting on the other side, then tag them in the order you want them shot. The C4 using Breach and Clear command is especially useful when the enemy are hanging out right near a door, chatting away blissfully unaware of what's about to happen. Multiplayer modes have been the focus of a fairly major overhaul. The campaign maps have been designed with co-op play in mind too, so you'll see a lot more rooms and multiple entry points. A second player can dip in and out of the action at any point without affecting the storyline. There are 13 new multiplayer maps and 2 new team-based multiplayer modes. One's based on Counter-Strike style bomb setting and defusing. The other sees one member of your team nominated as the leader. If they get killed, your team lose their respawn points. The idea is to protect the boss and escort him to the extraction point. So, Rainbow Six Vegas 2 doesn't quite tick all the boxes we'd expect a proper sequel to. For those who'd like a new campaign mode, albeit one set in familiar surroundings, and a considerably expanded multiplayer, this one should hit the target just fine. We'll give it 7 out of 10.
You're clear now. Nobody was near the blast.
Good. We'll meet you outside.